All right, we'll get started here. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Um, you're still surviving. I know I'm about ready to go crazy here myself. Um, so today I'm going to go through just kind of doing what they call it, we call a mock-up. I know we did that for an earlier project. I have a file that I just put up on the website. I'm going to go over how to do that with Illustrator and Photoshop today. And then on Thursday, I'm going to just kind of go through a quick layout of how we'll put these things together so we can turn these things in next week. And then we'll move on to our last and final project. So if there's questions, chime in or stop it up in the chat and we will get going from there. All right, so let me get my share going. And we're going to start with Illustrator. So we're back to our bike card from last week, and so we have the files here, and we're just going to actually let me just do one more thing. We talked about last week or at one point about you could do a photographic background if you wanted to. So here's a photo, and I sized it to fit. Now it's probably not the best photo for this, but you can use this. One thing you might want to do is I can drop the opacity down a little bit, which kind of makes it fade out. And that will help with, say, putting a bike on there or the logo. So let me just grab the logo over here and copy that over. And I'm just kind of holding the Option key as I drag. And once I do that, I get a copy. So here is the bike, and here is the card. Let me make sure my card is on the back. Card, object, arrange, send to back. There we go. So now we have the bicycle and the wording on the front of the card. So again, the cards can obviously be a single color, can be a gradient, or you can use some kind of photograph in there if you choose to do so. Feel free to do that if you choose. All right, so how do we get this? And what we're going to do is we're going to take it over to, this is a business card mock-up. This is in Photoshop, and I just uploaded this file to the website for us. Okay, so what we're going to do is drop our pictures or our business cards into this. The format should be pretty close. It might be a tiny little bit off, so maybe some adjustments need to be made, but it looks pretty close to a standard size business card mockup. All right, so let me get in there. Okay, I think we're back in. So I'm going to take my business card down here. I'm just going to take the front, and we'll just call this the front of the card. I'm going to just copy that first. So again, you have to take them each part of the time, front and back. So we're going to take the front, and then we're going to come back over here to our Photoshop. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at the layer files here. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace this one first. So if we open up our layers, we see the post-production. This is the vignetting and some other effects that are going on. We can just close that and turn that off. We don't really need that. What we're going to do is now play with the business card. So here is one card. Here is another card. Here is a front, and here is another one. So what we're going to do is kind of replace these. So we're going to say these are the front, and then we'll call this the back, or vice versa. We can flip these around. It really doesn't matter. It's totally up to you. So let's start with this card here. And we can see that's the one we're working with. If we double click on your logo here, we have the logo. And you'll see it opens up another file. I'm going to just Command V. I'm going to paste it as a smart object. That way it will be editable. So this is coming in from Illustrator. And I'm just scaling up. Now it looks like it's a tiny little bit off proportional, but we've got enough bleed that we're going to be okay with that. I'm just going to kind of leave it there like that. And then we're going to save this, place, and save. And we're going to just close this out, and you see it brought it back here immediately to this file. Okay, so now we can do the same thing again over here. Okay, and we're going to just paste that in. Smart object, scale it up to fit our thing. And again, it looks like a proportion. It's off just a tiny little bit, but for the sake of project here, we're good. Okay, so we have the cards here. Now we just have to replace the wording part. Okay, so here is down here. I'm going to come over. I'm just going to select it all. I'm going to copy. Come back to Photoshop. Select on this side here. And you can see that's double clicked on it. Command V. Smart object, okay. I'm going to scale it up and hit return, save it. And what we're doing is when we save, we're saving the file within the file. Okay, so this is going back here to the template. And then we're going to open the second one. Command V again, smart object. And you do want to copy it into each one. Okay, and the reason why is because each one's slightly different in how it was made in Photoshop, meaning it's proportional. Objects might be a bit the perspective and so forth. Okay, so don't copy from one to the other. Go ahead and take it over to each one, save it, and there we go. So here, and now we have a finished file showing you how these cards, this one got a little bit off, it looks like, but I can readjust that one. How this card would potentially look for a client, right? Because again, we're trying to always visualize how this would look for a client so they can see it. And as we've said before, clients aren't necessarily super visual people. They see something they like, but it's hard for them to really understand it and get it. So this way they can kind of say, okay, here's how the front of your card will look, here's how the back will look, along with showing the mock-ups that you would have here. Okay, so please use these kind of simple mock-ups for your card. So this one has been uploaded to the website. If you want to use a different one that you download yourself, you can just kind of Google business card mock-ups and you will get examples online and you can decide which one you want to use. Okay, but you can always use the one that I uploaded for our project. Okay, let me get back to here. All right. So, questions. I'm going to be pretty brief today, and Thursday we're going to be relatively brief. Also, just going to kind of go over how to how to just put this together as a kind of like a mock-up sheet. I'll do that on Thursday. That'll be pretty simple. So let me. We're good there. Let me find our chat. The windows go away. See if I can find my chat window. Anybody have comments? I don't like to zoom. All right, so I'm not seeing the Zoom window. Boom. All right, questions for today? This chat window went away. Anything? Anything? All right, there we go. No questions there. Okay, we got that window back finally. I'm going to get this. By the time we're done the semester, ooh, close that window. I don't want to do that. By the time we're done the semester, I will get to zoom down. All right. All right, so keep working on the projects. Keep sending over your files. Um, Again, we're working on the logo and the business card, and we're going to mock up that business card onto a mock-up file, and I added that to the website. And on Thursday, I'll kind of go through some ideas of layout so we can get these all organized, these files organized, so you can send those in for next week. And then we'll go over our last project, and then we will be good to go for the semester. And again, if you have some earlier projects you still need to turn them, just get those over to me. I'm just kind of getting all that organized now, and we'll get that tweaked out in the next week or so. All right. Anything else for today? Anybody else want to think? All right. So again, we're pretty quick today, but work on that mock-ups. If you have questions about that, let me know. And like I said, we'll see you Thursday. We'll go over how to lay these projects out so we can turn those in, and then we will take it from there. All right. Thank you all. Enjoy the week, and we'll talk on Thursday. All right. Thank you much. Bye-bye.